Good morning, everybody. Thank you so much for joining us. My name is Carly McKee-Burwissel, and I am the Community Engagement Coordinator at the Southern Alberta Jubilee Auditorium.
Hi, everybody. My name is Luke Tellier. My pronouns are he, him, and they, them. And I am also a teaching artist and facilitator at the Northern Alberta Jubilee Auditorium. Welcome to today's workshop with Lance Cardinal, which is our last workshop in our National Indigenous History Month series at Jube School. Before we dive in, the Jubilee Auditoria are located on Amiskwichi, Waskahekin, and Mokinstis, colonially known as Edmonton and Calgary, on Treaty Territories 6 and 7. These lands that we're working and creating on continue to be and have always been home to the First Nations, Métis, and other Indigenous peoples, both recorded and unrecorded. We are really excited to be celebrating National Indigenous History Month with you, and we also want to acknowledge the memory of the residential school victims from across the country. We stand in solidarity with the survivors and their families, and we mourn those we have lost. June is also Pride Month, which is a time to celebrate and uplift the 2S LGBTQIA+ community. So happy Pride Month to all of you, and thanks for being here with us today. I am so excited to now pass you on to our fabulous guest artist, Lance Cardinal.
Hello everyone, and Tanse. Welcome once again to another a wonderful episode of Indigenous Art Adventures. I'm so excited to be here today with Jube School presenting this amazing workshop today. It's going to be so much fun. Now let's just make sure everything is on. My microphone is on, everything like that. Are we working? Yes, we are. Oh my goodness, I'm here. I'm live. It's me, Lance Cardinal. It's such a pleasure to meet you all. Hello. I am so happy to be here in Treaty 6 territory, here in Edmonton, Alberta, presenting to you for Jube School today's incredible craft. And I want to just say that my name, again, Lance Cardinal. I come from the Treaty 8 Big Stone Cree Nation territory. Now, I'm up north. My home community is Calling Lake, Alberta, and my reservation is located in Wabasca, Desmarais. So I come from up north. I'm so happy to be here in Edmonton in Treaty 6 territory, presenting to you here from my studio live, which is so exciting, of course. And look, hey, today, first thing I want to show you, my drum. Oh my goodness, check this out. This is a beautiful drum I had made by an amazing drum maker here in Edmonton named Wally White. And he made this beautiful drum for me shaped like a heart, which I love. Because you know what? We call the drum beat, as Cree people in my territory, Sagao Cree people, we call the drum the heartbeat of Mother Earth. And so having this here as the drum and having that heartbeat with us today is so important. So this is it. That heartbeat. Such an important part of our culture as First Nations people to make sure that we are always connected to the earth. Having that drum beat keeps us there, keeps us feeling good. And I just love the drum. It's just so cool. So let's put this away for now. And yes, it's a beautiful day today that the Creator has made for us. I'm so happy to be here. It is actually really close to National Indigenous Peoples Day. So I like to celebrate Indigenous people all month long in June, which is great. As well, it is Pride Month as well. So I want to say hello and I love you to all the LGBTQ2S+ community out there. And don't forget, the 2S stands for Two Spirit. And that's amazing. So once again, welcome. We're going to have so much fun today. I cannot wait. Now, today is going to be all about having fun and doing things that are going to make some great memories for you and your class. And what we're going to do today is, if you have any questions, be sure and send them out there. And they're going to sort of let me know if there's a question for you. But we will have some time at the end for some feedback, maybe some questions and answer period. So keep that in mind. We're going to have time at the end for that. So it is no rush. Now, again, if you feel like it's going too fast, you can't sort of follow what we're doing, then slow down or stop. You're going to have time in the end to rewind the video or pause the video whenever you want later on to do the craft again. But today, it's just about having fun, being creative, and making some great memories together, which is awesome. Now, everyone, some of you might know out there that what I do. Now, I'm an artist. I do murals, paintings, sculpture, miniatures, all sorts of really, really fun stuff. Some of my work you see here behind me, some of my murals I've worked on before. So I'm always so proud to share some of the work because, hey, you know what? We have to be proud of our work, proud of what we do. And so before we begin, speaking of proud, I am so happy to share some of my language with you today. So we're going to learn, before we start anything else, how to say hello in Cree. Okay, so today we're going to learn some Cree words here and there, everywhere. And the first word I want to teach you is hello in Cree. And the way we say hello in Cree here is tanse. It's not that hard, pretty easy. And I want everyone out there on the count of 3 to try and say the word tanse with me. Okay, are you ready? Here we go. 1, 2, 3. Tanse! Whoa, good job to those of you who tried it. That is awesome. I think we can do it one more time, though. A little bit more energy. And we're going to count to 3 in Cree this time. Are you ready? Piak, Nisa, Ninsta, Tanse! Well, thank you very much. I love that you guys are trying to learn some Cree today. That is so, so cool. And language is so, so important to me and to our people. The language keeps our culture alive and reminds us of who we are as First Nations people. So that is so, so cool. All right, so today we're going to have this amazing craft right here, and it is called a star blanket sun catcher. Now, you know what? I'm going to teach you another Cree word. I'm going to teach you the Cree word for star, and the Cree word for star is achagos. That is star in Cree. The word is achagos. So let's give that a try as well. Are you ready? Here we go. On the count of 3. Piak, Nisa, Ninsta, Achagos. Oh, yeah, good job, everyone. Those of you who tried it, great job. And you know what? It's always good to try new things, learn new cultures, and really try to, immerse yourself in somebody else's traditions. That's really cool. You can understand them and respect them and know who they are a little bit better. And that's always a good thing. Okay, so star blanket sun catchers. Check these out. They're so, so cool. This is what we're making today. It's such a fun and easy project. It's made from popsicle sticks and tissue paper. So I hope you have all your stuff together. But you know what? Before we do that, I want to talk a little bit about the star blanket. Now, the star blanket is something so important to us as First Nations people. And I brought one today to take a look at. So check this out. I have this beautiful handcrafted star blanket right here. Check it out. It is so beautiful. And you know what? These are really important to our people. We use blankets to give as gifts to each other in moments of celebration, even in moments of ceremony. And we use them to wrap each other in, with love and support. And sometimes even the designs are colors and patterns passed down from generation to generation. So they're very, very special to us as First Nations people. Many of us have these blankets in our homes. We have them maybe on our sofas to present and be proud of our gift we were given from someone who loves and cares for us. And sometimes we'll even put them on the wall and hang them as a beautiful wall hanging. So I want to bring this beautiful star blanket in today to show you and to sort of give you an idea of what they look like. And they're just beautiful. So we are making our own version of a star blanket today with these beautiful sun catchers. It's so exciting. You'll be able to put these up on your window, have the light shine through. You can even give them as a gift, for whoever you love in your family. It's so much fun. But today we're going to make one together. Okay, first thing we got to do, of course, as always, is get our supply list together. Make sure we have everything. Okay, the first thing we're going to need today is our popsicle sticks. All right, now everyone should have popsicle sticks just like this. You're going to need 9 long popsicle sticks, or maybe a little bit more if you're using some shorter popsicle sticks, but hopefully you have these kind that are long and thin. But if you don't, you can always put 2 together. We'll talk about that as we go along. All right, so you should have 9 long popsicle sticks or about 12 short popsicle sticks. Okay, that's what we're going to need. Next thing we're going to need, of course, is tissue paper. Oh my goodness, look at all these colors we have today. Beautiful tissue paper colors. These are so fun to have, and make sure you have the tissue paper ready to go, whatever color you want. You could also use fabric. You could also use cellophane. You could also use newspaper, whatever you like to put their photos, anything you want. But we're going to use tissue paper today because it's easy to use, and the sun looks so beautiful shining through when you use that tissue paper, okay? So that's cool. Next thing we're going to need is our painting supplies. So today we're going to need black paint, okay? Now, I use black paint, as you can see on my star, to trim out my popsicle sticks. But you can use whatever color you want for your star. You can use yellow, blue, purple, red. Remember, your choices are for you. None of it's wrong. This is art. So if you want to have a rainbow colored star, that is totally up to you. It is your choice. Today, we're going to work with black paint. Now, this is craft paint. I hope you have the same paint there. You're going to need a paintbrush as well to paint on. Maybe put down some paper on the table. I have paper put down here to protect the table when we paint. Also, you'll need something to put paint on, a little plate or a container. Also, you might need some paper towel to sort of sop up your brush as you clean it. And you're also going to need some water to clean your brush as well. Now, if you don't have these things right away, that's okay. Make sure that as soon as you're finished your project to clean your brushes immediately, okay? Now, we're also going to need some black string or yarn right here. I have just a little length right here. All you're going to need is about that much, just a little bit to put a little hook on the top of your star blanket sun catcher like that. So not too much is needed. It's kind of cool. All right, now also we're going to need, some scissors. Yes, right here. Scissors, of course, make sure you're using scissors that are meant for you. These are sharp adult scissors for someone my age. But if you want, if you are over 12 or under, make sure you have a pair of scissors that is meant for you, that is safe for you, and that you'll be able to use, okay? Also, if you have a little pair of clippers, this could also be used to cut your popsicle sticks as well. You don't have to use the scissors, but this is another option as well, okay? Now, we're also going to need a glue gun. This is a very important part of today's project. Now, I know some people have a hard time with glue guns. So again, this is very, very hot. If you're not comfortable using a glue gun, you're going to have to ask somebody you love and care about to help you out. Now, the reason we're using a glue gun today is because the popsicle sticks need to be very secure as we work with them. If we use white glue to glue our popsicle sticks together, we're going to have to wait a little bit longer to let them dry. And that is possible, but once again, you're going to have to pause the video, let the glue dry, and then play it again for the next portion of the video. So that is completely up to you. You just do whatever you think is best for you. Like I said before, this is your day, your project. None of it's wrong. It's up to you, okay? Now, we're also going to need some white glue. Anyway, we're going to use white glue to glue our paper, our tissue paper, to the back of our star catcher, just like that. So it's white glue is better for that part of the project. So there we have it. All of our supplies are here. Oh, one more special thing you might need if you want. A hair dryer. Now, this isn't to blow or dry our hair today, although mine is pretty ready to go, but this is to help dry our paint faster. Again, if you don't have a hair dryer, that is totally fine. All you have to do is let your paint dry naturally, and you'll have to, once again, pause the video, and as soon as the paint is dry, play the video again and keep going. All right? So is everybody ready? Let's begin this amazingly fun project. We're going to put everything aside for now. All we need to begin this project is our popsicle sticks. So put everything aside you don't need right away. We don't want to have a mess around. Okay. Put our tissue paper there. And we are ready to go. All right, here we go. The first step we're going to need is our popsicle sticks. I have a whole bunch sitting right here in my cup. Now, I chose sort of the straightest and most, not crooked sticks. That is just because it's easier that way. So the first thing we're going to do today is take 3 popsicle sticks. Now, this is, again, if you're using long ones, you need 3 long ones. But if you're using short ones, you'll need 6 short ones, okay? So let's count these together in English and then in Cree. Are you ready? 1, 2, 3 popsicle sticks. Now let's do it in Cree. Piak, Nisa, Ninsta. That's 3 in Cree. Now again, this is all my Cree language from my territory, the Sagao Treaty 8 territory. So, some people have different ways of saying the different numbers all over Canada. Every nation has a different way of speaking our language. Our language is based on the land we are from. My language comes from up north in Alberta, Sagao Cree, Treaty 8 territory. So everything I'm teaching you today is part of my traditional wording. So, every nation is different. So even if you know how to say hello in Cree from me, make sure and ask someone from another territory how they say hello. It's always fun to ask questions and learn something new about someone else's culture. So 3 popsicle sticks to start. Okay, first thing we're going to do is we're going to create a crisscross pattern just like this, all right? Well, maybe not like that, but like that. So what we're trying to do is create the center of our star, okay, right here. It starts like this. Now, that's how we're going to glue it, okay? Make sure it's all even like that. But if you're using short popsicle sticks, you're going to have to glue them 2 together and make that same shape. We're going to do it together now. Are you ready? Let's get our glue gun ready. Put our popsicle sticks down right there, starting with the center. Now, again, just dab the glue gun. No need to goop it on. Just a little dab will do ya, all right? So we're going to go 1 little dab in the middle. Put 1 stick on. Somewhere in the center, dab another little glue on top of that stick, and put 1 the other way. Should look something like this. Now, while it's a little bit warm, we want to adjust it so that it's exactly spaced out as perfectly as we can, okay? So there we go. I think that looks pretty balanced. And there it is. Star. It looks like a star. This is our popsicle star. I love that. You know what? I love to have fun while I'm doing crafts, singing songs, and really, just being here with you today is so much fun. It puts me in such a good mood that I like to sing and have fun. So that's going to happen the whole day today. So here we go with our first step. That is it there, okay? So once you're ready for that, we can move on to the next step, and that is creating the other parts around the top. Now we're going to need, for those parts, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 more sticks, okay? So we get 6 more popsicle sticks right here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 popsicle sticks. And let's count to Cree. 6 in Cree. Are you ready? Piak, Nisa, Ninsta, Niwa, Nianen, Katasik. And that is how you say 6 in Cree. So cool. So what we're going to do with these ones is we're going to cut them in half. Now, if you have short popsicle sticks, you don't got to do this part. You have them already in half, it's perfect. But since these are the long ones, we're going to cut them right down the center with our scissors or with our clippers. Now, once again, please be as safe as you can. If you don't feel comfortable, make sure and ask a friend or whoever you're with or a teacher to help you out. I'm sure they would love to be there for you and give you a hand. All right, so here we go. We're cutting these in half, 1 by 1. And by the time we're done, we should have 12 popsicle stick pieces. And those will be what we use to create our star blanket sun catcher frame. Okay, and there we go. Now, like I said before, you can also use a clipper just like this to cut them. And I'll show you how that looks, just like this. Like that. So it's a little bit more difficult. So I like the scissors. It cuts popsicle sticks very easily, and it's a little bit safer. All right, so here we go. We're ready to go. We have all of our little pieces. And what we're going to do now is take these half pieces, and we're going to attach them to our star. So what we're going to do is take the pieces that are smaller, put 1 there, put 1 there, attach them together, and create the star, just like that. Can we see it? Perfect. There it is. Just like that. Very nice. So take our glue gun and start gluing those pieces on. Now, I like to do these parts here, put a dab of glue here and a dab of glue on these 2 spots, and then put the pieces on. 1, 2, 2 dabs. And 1 goes like this, and 1 goes like that. And then we slide them together so they touch each other like this. Just like that, okay? So those 2 pieces are glued on there. And then we take some of our glue and we're going to glue, you see there, glue the top together. And that'll make 1 point, okay? Here we go. And put those together like that. Now remember, with the glue gun, it's quite hot, so be very, very careful and make sure that you are being as safe as you can. Now, I'm not sure I like how that's sitting, so I'm going to sort of adjust it a little bit. There we go. What do you think of that? 1 star top done. I love that. Look at a little person, eh? So what we're going to now is keep going around the circle, adding our sticks one at a time. We're going to go in order all the way around and keep going. All right. Well, you know what, everyone? Summertime is finally here, and this is such a great project for summer because we can, take it outside and put it in the sun and see the beautiful light shining through. And if you put it in your window at your house, you'll be able to have a beautiful reflection shadow onto the floor of the colors that you choose for your star blanket, dream catcher, star catcher. So again, I'm just putting glue and doing the same thing all the way around, and I hope you are as well. And there we go, another point on my star. Now, it doesn't have to be perfect. Remember, this is not a competition. It doesn't have to look like mine. It has to look like how you're making it, because yours is as unique as you are. So don't worry about it. If you're having trouble, you can start again. You can pause the video. You can start over, whatever you want. But I suggest keep going, keep trying, never give up. It's just much better that way. Okay, and now today we have classes from all over the place joining us. We have like over 100 classes today. Isn't that incredible? There are kids from all over Alberta. I think there's 120 classes right now online watching this, and I'm just so happy that all of you are here today. It's such a pleasure to meet you all and to be doing something so much fun with so many people. Isn't that the best part about the internet? About being able to go online. We can meet people from all over the world, chat online, and connect in a different way that isn't like, in person. We can connect online like this. And I'm so happy to meet you all today. It's such a pleasure, and to share who I am, and to share some art with you, and especially to share my language and culture with you. That is absolutely such an honor. All right, I'm keeping going now. I'm on my 4th point. You can see here, once again, make sure when you put these together, you try to match those tops up. You want those rounded parts on the very top of your triangle so that it looks beautiful and rounded when we finish. And don't forget, put a little dab of glue in the top to keep those parts together so it stays stable. Look at this. Oh my goodness. It almost looks like a Canadian flag leaf, right? The maple leaf. So cool. And you know what? If you're at home doing projects, get some popsicle sticks and start creating sculptures. Find out different things you can make with popsicle sticks. They're so cheap, so much fun to use. You can make masks. You can make cabins. You can make anything you want out of popsicle sticks with a glue gun. Just got to use your imagination and do whatever you want. That's the best part about art. There's never any rules. There's never rights or wrongs. It's just whatever you want to do. All right, so I have already here 5 of my points on. Let's count them together. Are you ready? Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 points. And now let's do it in Cree. Are you ready? Piak, Nisa, Ninsta, Niwa, Nianin. That is how we do it. Let's do it one more time. Piak, Nisa, Ninsta, Niwa, and Nianin. And that is 5 points so far on our star. I think we have one more left. Yeah, one more. Let's go. I love to do crafts with you. It's such a fun day. I love to be here with you, even though you're far away. I love this. You know what? Meeting people all over the world is one of my favorite things to do. And I've met so many wonderful people from Alberta and BC and Ontario. And, it's just been such an amazing experience. Even all the way over in Australia, we've had some people joining these videos. So I am hoping that you've met people from all over the world and you've met someone online, someone new with a different culture, a different way of living, and you've learned something from them. That is the best part about this. So I hope you're doing that as well. Hey, look! Mine's all done. I'm so excited. There it is, the 6-pointed star. So, so cool. You can see right now where we're at. Okay, so we have the frame all done. Now, if you're not finished the frame yet, please pause the video now and finish your frame. And then when you're ready, unpause it and come on back. If you are ready to go, let's keep going, all right? And don't forget, if you have questions, just send them right now to Carly, and she will ask me for you. Otherwise, we can wait till the end and ask me anything you want about anything to do with my career, my art, my culture, whatever you want, all right? So for now, let's keep going. Okay, next step. We finished this, put aside our glue gun. What we're going to do next is we're going to trace our tissue paper, okay? We want to choose the colors we want for our inside, okay? We have, this one has orange, yellow, and red. This one has blue and green. And this one here, it has blue and red. Kind of like Mario Brothers. It's a little Mario Brothers star catcher. That's pretty cool. So I think today I'm going to do blue and red. So grab your tissue paper, just like this. Now, the cool part about tissue paper, it is so thin and easy to work with, you can just cut them all at once, okay? So what I'm going to do is take my tissue paper, blue and my red, and put them together. So I'm choosing 2 colors today. And look, this is like maybe 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 sheets here. And again on this one, 1, 2, 3, 4 sheets. I'm going to do way more than I need in case some of them tear or rip, but you should have just enough for yours, whatever amount you need. So get your tissue paper together and get it all ready to go. Now, fold it like this and get your blue one or whatever other color you have. Could be 1 color, could be 4 colors, could be 3 colors, whatever you decide, and put them like that. You want to have a size that won't be any bigger than 1 square, okay? Here we go. Check that out. Perfect. All right. So we put them all together in a pile, just like this, and we trace. Now, here's the really important part of this project. Just have to trace on the outside of the triangle, not on the inside. I need a marker. Give me 1 second. Got it. So we want to use a marker or a pencil or anything you have to trace. And what we're going to do is take our star, put it on our paper like this, and we're going to trace on the outside of the popsicle sticks, okay? Down here and here, not on the inside, but the outside. That way, we have some place to, glue our paper to the back. So let's do that right now. And I'm going to do it all at once, okay? So I fold it into the right shapes, and now I'm going to do it all at once. Here we go. So I always love to play music when I work. It keeps my energy up, and I love to listen to different kinds of music when I work. I like rock music, musical theater music. I like even instrumental movie soundtracks, things like that. I just love music all around. Okay, so I've traced the outside of my star, and there it is right there. Check it out. Can you see it? There it is. Right on. So I've traced it. Now, you can probably cut this all at once. I'm going to do 1 color at a time. First, blue, but I'm going to keep it folded so I can cut everything in 1 snip, and it saves me a lot of time and effort, and I'll have lots to choose from. Now, you're going to have to kind of fill in the blanks where you didn't trace it and just fill it in. Here we go. Now, try and hold the center of all the pieces as you cut so they stay together as you cut, okay? And again, if you're having trouble with cutting, make sure you have the right scissors with you. If the scissors are too hard to use, ask someone to help you. That's what it's all about. We should never be afraid to ask for help. That's in school, at home, with our families. Always be willing to ask for help. And there's always people out there who love us and care for us. They'll help us for sure. Okay, so here we go. We have all of our scraps, put them to the side. And let's do our red one. Oh, paper flying everywhere. Again, so I'm going to put this down again, and I'm going to trace, same way we did before, just like this, on the outside of the popsicle sticks, just around here, okay? Here we go. Okay, and there you have it. My red all traced out, just like that. Perfect. And now we cut it out. And here we go. Now make sure to try to hold the middle as you cut so all the pieces stay together. Now, if you don't want to do it this way, you can cut each one out and trace each triangle very separately so that they're the exact size you need, because you know it's not going to be the same. I'm going to cut a bunch at once, and then I'm going to adjust them as I put them on in an easy way with glue. So I'll show you how to do that in a minute. Perfect. There we go. And put the scraps to the side. You know, all those scraps we have there can be used for another project. I don't like to really throw away scraps. I like to have a little recycling scrap bin where I put all my leftover pieces, papers, scraps. You can make anything with those. They can become feathers for a puppet, whatever you want. Even these little pieces here. Check it out. You know, if you crumple them together, look at that. It could be hair for a little puppet. So always keep your scraps. If you're gonna, you know, you can recycle them again or put them in the recycle bin, and make sure not to throw them in the garbage, okay? We want to make sure and recycle whenever we can. All right, now I have 2 colors ready to go, a whole bunch of triangles. Look how many we have, so many. I could do probably 10 of these things with all the amount of triangles I have, or diamonds I have, right? Look at all that, wonderful. And red as well. Okay, now we have our diamonds, but we're going to put all those aside for now. This is for later. So take your diamonds and put them to the side, okay? Next thing we're going to do, everyone, is get ready to paint, okay? So here we have our frame ready to go. We're going to get all of our painting supplies together and get ready to paint. The first thing I'm going to do is put on an apron and protect my clothes, okay? So I have this lovely apron that I wear all the time for painting with. You can see, check it out, so much paint on it. Look at this. Whoa, that is so many different projects of paint all over, and that's okay because that's what this is for, to protect me. So I tie it to the back. And I'm wearing a very special shirt today, so it's important for me to protect the clothes I'm wearing, and hopefully you can too. If you're using acrylic paint, be sure and rinse it off. If you do get it on your clothes, it's very hard to get off after it dries, so that's very important. Okay, so we get our painting supplies together. We need some black paint. I'm using acrylic black paint. You also need something to put the paint on or in. So you can either put it in a plate or a little lid from a jar, whatever you have, that's perfect. Also gonna need some water to rinse our brushes. That's a very important part of the process. Always wanna keep our brushes clean. And paper towel. I like having paper towel to use to dab our brushes as we rinse them to make sure that they rinse out clean. And I also have with me a paintbrush. This is just a thin paintbrush, just enough to paint one side of the star, okay? Now, as I said before, I did put down a bunch of paper on the table so that I wouldn't get my desk messy. So if you're at your school, wherever you are, make sure to put something down on the table that you can use to make sure it's clean. So if you have to spend some time and prepare your space for painting, now would be a great time to pause the video, make sure you have all your painting supplies ready to go, and then return here to continue on with the project. But if you are ready to go, let's keep working. So let's start painting. What we have to do is get our paint and blob a little bit on. Now, don't goop it on. You want to have just a small amount of paint, maybe the size of a loonie or a quarter, not too much, okay? That's all I'm using. You can always add more paint later if you don't have enough, but it's a little bit difficult to put it back into the jar. So always best to only use what you need and don't waste it. Our teachers or our moms and dads, they buy these things for us. They spend their money on us to make sure we can have a fun day. We want to respect and honor that by not wasting anything that they give us, right? Okay, so what we do is we have our paint and our brush, and we begin to paint our star. We're only going to paint one side today, okay? Now, take a little bit of paint and start going. Now, I like to put it down on the table and kind of do a little painting when it's down on the table, but you can do it however you want. You can maybe hold it up and paint it like this. But be careful, you don't want to get too much paint on your hands or on your clothes. So this is a little bit more of a risky way to do it. So I'm going to paint it with it sitting on the table like this. Now, like I said before, you can choose whatever color you want for your project. It doesn't have to be black. I like the way black looks with the colors. It makes them pop. And I think that if you put this in the window, hanging in the window or in a tree outside, you want to have those colors really popping. And that's why I like using black. So if you're going to hold it up, have one spot that you're going to hold the whole time so that you have the same place to keep your hand clean, okay? So I'm going to paint everything and keep that space from where I'm holding it. Now try and get the little edges as well, not just the top, but the little edges on the sides of the popsicle sticks too. But don't worry about the bottom, because we're going to put tissue paper on there anyway. Now, don't put too much paint on at once. Like I said, don't goop it on. Don't be messy. Try to be as neat and tidy as you can and be very thorough in getting every surface. Because the more paint you put on, the longer it's going to take to dry. And you want to get to the fun parts, which is adding our colorful squares on, or diamonds on a little bit later. Now, again, I've been painting for about 30 years, so my painting might be a little bit faster than yours, and that's totally okay. It's not a race. It's not who can do the things the fastest. It's about your speed that's comfortable for you. So remember, it's always your way is always the right way. No matter what anyone says, believe that you are you, and your way is for you, okay? That's really important. All right, I'm going to keep going here. Now, it's a little bit more difficult as we get closer to the end because we don't want to get paint on our fingers too much. But you know what? We get a little bit of paint on our fingers. Half the fun of doing crafts is sometimes getting kind of messy and dirty, right? As long as we're protected. But like I said before, this paint, acrylic paint, if you're using acrylic paint, it dries like rubber. So if you do get it on your clothes, it will not come off. So I do recommend that if you do get any of this paint on your clothes, immediately rinse it off as quickly as possible and try to save your clothes. All right, here we go. I'm getting pretty close to being finished putting the black on. I'm just making sure all the edges look like they're covered. That's really important to make sure the sides are covered so our color looks incredible when it's on there. Love that. Okay, I feel like I'm getting pretty close to completing my beautiful star frame. Oh my goodness, I love that. Yes, I think I'm done. I am. I love that. I made a big mess on this piece of paper, which is exactly what it's for. And now my frame is all done. You can barely see it because I have a black backdrop, but there it is. It's good to go. I love it so much. Now, here's the important part, rinsing our brush, okay? We want to put our brush in the water, rinse it out as much as we can, rub it on the edge, get the water off, and then rub it on our paper towel. Just look. Oh, look, color. See that color? That means the brush is not cleaned. We got to rinse it again. It's so important to rinse our brushes off till they're completely clean because this is a rubberized paint. And if it dries on the brush is ruined forever. And once again, we have to respect our moms and dads or teachers who bought us our supplies so we can use them over and over. Oh, a little bit longer. One more rinse, and I think we'll be good. One more time. Yes, perfect. Okay, it's 100% clean. I love that. So we put our paintbrush aside and all of our painting supplies to the side. Our palette with our paint over here, just to avoid a mess where we're working. Now, a couple things you can do here. If you have a hair dryer, now is going to be the time for us to use the hair dryer and dry our paint. But if you don't have a hair dryer, now's a good time to also pause the video and let the paint dry, and then come back when it's dry for the next step. But if you have a hair dryer, let's do it right now. So I'm going to grab my hair dryer right here, and look at this one. It is covered in paint. I've been using this hair dryer for a lot of years. It's a very good hair dryer. And you know what? I bet your mom and dad have one at home you can have that's old, and you can use it for painting. I just like it. It makes things go so much faster. So let's do it now. There we go. Doesn't take too long. All right. And that's it. See how fast that is? So much faster than waiting for the paint to dry. And then we can, I always like to touch it to see if it's dry. And so far, no paint in the fingers. Well, we have some from before, but that's what it's all about when you craft. There we go, all ready. So we're ready for the next step. We take away our sheet of protection and we put it aside. Now, don't forget to recycle this paper if you can. Maybe save it for another project. That's really important. Okay, and now we have our star. I'm gonna put it down here so you can see it better. I love this. Look, it's ready to go, ready for the next step, which is adding the tissue paper on top, okay? So we get our squares, our diamonds, back. Here they are here. And we're gonna decide how we're gonna put them on. Now, I like to go one, sort of alternating. You can see here I went red, blue, red, blue, red, blue. That's one way to do it. But this one here, I had 3 colors, yellow, orange, and red, and I went yellow, orange, red, yellow, orange, red, and made a pattern. It's something very common for star blankets to have patterns, and so, pick whatever pattern works for you. Maybe it's all one color, just all red or all yellow. That is totally fine. Whatever you want to do is up to you. So today I'm going to do blue and red, one after the other, alternating. So go to the back, this side here that's not painted all the way, just like that, and that's what we're going to glue. Now this is where our white glue comes into play. I'm using tacky glue. This is a sort of a high stickiness glue that we use when we are gluing things. So I'm going to take off my painting apron so we can finish with the painting part. Here we go. Put that away. Do you guys like my ribbon shirt? This is made by Patricia Pichet. She's an amazing artist who creates and designs these beautiful ribbon shirts. And we wear these ribbon shirts all the time for special occasions, for weddings, or even sometimes at ceremony or public events. We wear them to show that we are Indigenous people and that we support our own culture and that we are connected in that way and that we want to show that. And the ribbons are so important to us as well. And I just love this, so much color. And purple, one of my favorite colors. So I want to talk about my ribbon shirt real quick there. But anyway, back to our project. We have our frame ready to go. We pick the color we want to start with and we glue. So get our white glue and we dab on. Now, I don't like to goop glue on. I'm a glue dabber, okay? So I go like this. I go dab, dab, dab. Dab, 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 dab. We go dabbing all the way around, one whole way. All those dabs there. And one dab here. Done. I'm not doing that. That's the only dab I'm doing today, okay? I promise. Okay, so we're going to dab that on, and we get our tissue paper, and we're going to place it on. So now, the best thing to do with this is to actually leave it down on the table and place the diamond right in the center where it'll fit. And gently press down on the tissue paper where the glue is, and it should very easily stick. Now, tissue paper is very, very, very tearable. Not terrible, but it tears well. It's rippable. So be careful, be gentle. If it rips a hole in it, pull it off, put another one on. We made a whole bunch of extras. You don't have to worry about using every single one, right? So there we go. I have one diamond on. Now look and see here on the edges, some of it's kind of showing, right? A couple things we can do. We can take our scissors and we can trim those pieces off to make sure that it's not showing. So I take my scissors, trim it a little bit, like that. And then it's a little bit more perfect. See, it's gone now. But this side is still there. Another option you can do is take a little bit of glue on the back, do a couple little dabs where it's sticking up, and fold it back on itself like this to the edge, and just sort of gently press it down. Oh, and even this side here, a little bit showing. There we go. So I pressed it on the edge. You can see there it's nice, and the glue will really melt with the tissue paper. It'll really put it into place. And now if you look from the front, no edges. See? Easy as pie to look really, really cool. So let's keep dabbing and putting some glue on and go all the way around and whatever pattern you want. Now, like I said before, this is such a fun and easy project. Now that you've learned it today with me, you can take it home and you can do it with your mom or dad or your brother or sister or a grandmother or grandfather and really spend some time together doing something fun. Especially because in the end, you'll have something beautiful that you made together with really great memories as well. And that is the most important part of doing something like this, is making memories with the people that you love. Today, we're making memories with your class at school, which is just as fun as making memories at home, because our teachers are like our second moms, and our students in our classroom are like our brothers and sisters. So this is our little teacher school family you have there. All right, look at that. I have my second one on, just like that. Oh, you see a little bottom there showing. So I'm gonna fold some of that back on the edge, just like that. And yes, blue and red, perfect. I'm gonna keep going all the way around. I just love this. Now, like I said before, you can use whatever you want to make these star blanket sun catchers. You don't have to use tissue paper. You can use cellophane, which is kind of like that clear plastic material. That looks really cool. And you could also use fabrics, like if you have old fabric scraps, maybe your grandma or grandpa does quilting, they can spare some of their diamonds that they have left over from their crafting. That's something you can do as well. But whatever you want to do, like I always say, it's up to you. There's no right or wrong with art. It's completely your creation, your masterpiece, and it's going to be perfect just the way you make it. So never worry about that. A little bit of edges showing on this one, so I'm just adding some glue to put a little bit more to fold it back on itself. Because what happens is when you create your frame, sometimes it's not a perfect frame, so you got to adjust, which is why we made so many, and if you find your pieces are too small or big, trace them out again. Do it again. Pause the video. Make some more triangles or some more diamonds and do it. Again, no rules. Don't worry about it. Do it at your own speed. I got 3 going. Let's count them together in Cree. Are you ready? Piak, Nisa, Ninsta. That is 3 points done on my 6-point star. I'm so excited. This is so much fun. I hope you guys are having a great time. I'm just so excited to be working with all of you today. And maybe one day I'll meet you in person. Maybe at your school or at an event or somewhere, here in Canada. I'm sure a lot of you are from all over the place. And one day we will meet when all the restrictions are lifted again and we are back to the way things were before. But until then, so important to stay safe, so important to take care of ourselves and protect ourselves and the ones that we love by wearing our masks, keeping socially distant, and following all the guidelines that are put out to us by the people around us who make those decisions. So it's always good to follow those rules. So this one here, of course, is way bigger than the other ones. I'm going to fold it over on itself like I suggested. So a little bit of dabbing. There we go. So far, 4 are done. I hope you guys are doing well. And if you have any questions, please send them over to Carly. She'll be able to send them to me and let me know there's a question to be answered. Or wait till the end if you want. We'll have a chance for Carly to let me know if there's questions. We'll just bring everyone up and do what we can to answer all the questions we can. Now, I'm using white glue for this, but you know what? You can still use a glue gun if you want to. You can also use crazy glue or the clear glue or even a glue stick. Again, just play. Do whatever you want. Have fun. There is no rules to this, and no one's going to tell you yes or no, right or wrong. Nobody. It's up to you. So now that summer has come, it is time once again to get outside for the summer and do fun activities. I hope all of you out there have some really great summer plans to get outside with your family, go into nature, maybe go to a lake and have a camp out, maybe even go to your backyard and do a marshmallow roast. There's lots you can do in your own home, in your own family, and safely, with the socially distant ways. You can go to the mountains and go for a visit to a river, see some mountains. It's just a lot you can do over the summer. Oh, look at that, you guys. I'm so close. I have only one more square left, one more diamond left to do, and I'm so excited. Okay, here we go. Keep going. I hope all of you out there are doing okay. If you're having troubles, like I said before, just pause the video and finish what you're doing at your own speed, and then come back and join me. I'll be here the whole time, and also we're going to post this video again on YouTube once we're done, and then you can watch it again and make a million of these stars wherever you want, hanging in the trees all summer long, whatever you think is going to be the best place for you to show your amazing work. All right. I'm on my last star, which is very, 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 last diamond, which is exciting. It's so much fun and rewarding to create projects like this and to be successful at it. I hope that you guys feel successful today, that you're doing something that you're proud of and that you did all on your own with your own imagination, your own thoughts, your own creation, and that's what art's all about. It's your chance to express yourself in whatever way you want. You can use black tissue paper. If you feel like you want to use all black, do it. Just do whatever you want. It's the best part about art. There's no rules. And I know you're going to make a perfect star because you guys are amazing out there. Okay. Oh my goodness. I feel like, yes, look, all done. My 6-pointed star is completed. Let's count the points in Cree. Are you ready? Piak, Nisa, Nensta, Niwa, Nianin, Katasik, and that is 6 points of the star. I love it so much. Check it out. I bet you yours looks just as good, if not better. But once again, it's perfect because it's perfectly you. And that's what makes your work so special. So we're all done with these triangles. We'll put those aside. And remember, don't throw them away. That is like 4 more star blanket sun catchers ready to go, right? So when you do it with your brother and sister, you should, always try and spend time with the younger people in your life. Be a mentor to your young brother or young sister. Say, hey, you want to do a craft with me? Let's spend some time together. Let's make some memories. I'll show you how to do this. Be a good big brother or sister, or even ask your big brother or sister if they want to do something with you. I'm sure that they will. All right, so here we go. We have our star. We have one more step left before we're done this. And can anyone guess what that is? It's something to hang it. That's right. We need something to hang it on there. So we have our little strings. Now, I have yarn. You can use whatever you want for this part. You can use fishing line, rope, twine, string, even like, something from outside, like a little vine. Whatever you have in your house, you can do it. You can also use paper, make a little paper loop. Whatever you find at your home would be best. Now, we want to cut a little 2-inch strip, about that long, okay? Not too long. There we go. Just like this. That's all you need, just like that. Now, there's many ways we can attach this string to our star blanket sun catcher. We can use glue gun. We can use tape. I'm gonna use tape today, okay? So I have this really cool black masking tape, which I love. I'm gonna take a little tiny square of that. And if you're gonna use tape, be sure and tape only where the edge is so that when the sun comes through, you can't see the tape, okay? So I'm gonna glue this right on the top of this part here. And make a little loop like that. See that? Like that. We'll put the tape on it like this. There it is. And I'm going to tape the back of my star. And the best part is, I can wrap it to the front because it's the same color as my trim, and you won't even notice it. I dig it. It looks awesome. Check it out. Oh my goodness. So cool. I love this star. So much fun. Oh my goodness. Yes. My lovely star. And I hope all of you out there are working hard at yours. And again, if you're not done, that's okay. I'm just happy to have you here with me, talking and visiting and figuring this out together. But if you want to pause the video now, you can pause it and finish it, and then we'll continue on. All right, so here we go. We are all done. Our star, it looks so, so good. I absolutely love it. Now I have 3 different stars, and we're going to sing a little song to go with our amazing project, because you know what? We've learned the word for star. As everyone remember what that word is? It is astragus. Now, the way you say little star is astragusis. Astragusis. So we're going to sing Twinkle, Twinkle, Little Star, but this time we're going to sing Twinkle, Twinkle, astragusis. Are you ready to try it with me? Here we go. And twinkle, twinkle, astragusis, how I wonder what you are. Up above the world so high, like a star blanket in the sky. Twinkle, twinkle, astragusis, how I wonder what you are. I hope some of you sang along with me. I'm sure that you did. If you didn't, thank you for listening. I love to sing, so it's no problem at all. So now we have our beautiful star blanket, and we have a song. We've learned some words. We've learned some Cree language, and I'm just so happy to have you here with me today. It's been such a pleasure. But now we're done our project. I think what we should do now is maybe answer some questions. So if anybody out there in the video has any questions for me to answer, let me know now and we will do that. All
That
right?
sounds great. Hey, Lance, I have a bunch of comments to read to you and a couple questions. Are you ready?
I'm so ready. Let's go.
Okay, so for Ms. Kuhn's class, which is a grade 2 French immersion online class, there are a ton of comments. So I'm just going to read them to you now. I love your art, says a grade 2. Um, it is so fun to watch you. I like your heart drum. I want to
Oh,
be I want to be an artist. I love learning your culture. And then I let the teacher know that I'd be reading these to you, and she said, "Thank you. We learned about Lance Cardinal and his showroom in IKEA this year, so we're very excited to see him live." So they've
well,
been
that is so
studying you.
lovely. Thank you to the grade 2 class for all those comments. And I love sharing with you. And I love that you are here with me today. So thank you for those comments. That means a lot to me.
There's a question from the same class. What is it like to be an artist?
Oh my goodness. Well, you know what? I am so lucky to be an artist as my job, as my career. I've taken something that I used to love doing, even in grade 2. When I was in grade 2, that very age of that class is when I began doing art. I remember constructing an entire theme park of rides out of construction paper in grade 2 that operated and moved. And so that was what's fun to me. I was not a sports person. I didn't like sports or things like that. So I wanted to be true to myself, and I love to express myself through my art. So I decided I'm going to make that my career. So I've been doing art through elementary school and then through high school. Then I went to university at Emily Carr, learned how to do art and sculpture there, and now I do it as a job. And the best part about it is that I can express who I am in whatever way I want. And that's what I love most about art. It's be able to show my heart, my thoughts, my ideas, and portray them through my work. And today, we're talking about star blankets. What an amazing topic. And we get to do it through art and learn about culture and do something together. So I love art for that reason.
Thank you. And the same class mentioned, I like the star blanket. I love the short song that you sing. And then there's someone named Charisse who's asking, where can we find your art, Lance? It's beautiful. Do you have prints?
Oh my goodness. Well, you know what? My art is sort of online. A lot of my work I do is mural work. So I go to buildings and paint large paintings on buildings, and they stay there, and that's where it is. I do have a little bit of my prints available, but not always a lot. But if you go online and check out lancecardinal.blogspot.com, a lot of my work is there. But just look me up online. Look up Lance Cardinal Art, and there'll be lots of things available online to see of my work. And I don't have too much to sell because what I do have available usually goes pretty fast. So right now it's
Great.
just a matter of enjoying the art for what you see online, coming to see it in person, maybe at one of my mural locations, and that's the best way to do it.
Amazing. Some more comments. The star you made with the red color is close to a maple leaf. I like your apron. It's really colorful. I like the art. I like the black star. I love it. Cool. I love to learn your culture and doing this art project too. It's really nice to craft with you. Wow, I like your star. It looks so cool and I can't wait to make it tomorrow. And then another student has just asked, where did you learn to make the star sun catcher?
Oh my goodness. Well, first of all, thank you everyone for all those positive comments. It's so good to see young people being positive with each other and saying nice things to each other. That's how we make this world a better place. We show love, we show respect to people, we never make fun of people, even if they're not doing as well as we are, or if we look at their art and it doesn't look like ours, we always try to say something good. So thank you, first of all, for having a good, positive attitude. I absolutely think that is perfect. Now, this idea, I made this up from my imagination. I just thought, what would be a cool project to do that would be easy and fun and also connect to the culture? And like I explained to you before, the star blanket's so important, I thought, wouldn't that be cool to make a star blanket sun catcher? And that's what I thought of, was this. So I thought of it from my own imagination, which is why I encourage all of you out there to use your imagination to invent something with popsicle sticks that you can create that will be based on your culture maybe, or maybe something that you love. Maybe you want to do a Canada leaf and you want to make it out of popsicle sticks. Now you know how to make one with this project, just a little bit of changes, and that's what it's all about, inventing, creating, making something that's yours. So I hope everyone out there does that.
Mrs. Kind's class from Our Lady of Wisdom in Chestermere says, thank you so much, Lance. You are a great presenter, which I love to see. If anyone has any other questions, we have a couple more minutes with Lance. But I will say, we would love to see the work that you're doing. I would love to see your sun catchers. So please share them on social media. You can tag Jube School, and I'll make sure that Lance sees them. You can also find Lance on social media and tag him. Or you can email them to us. Another comment has come in. Thank you so much for answering our questions, listening to our comments, and teaching us today. That's from Ms. Kuhn's class, the online grade 2 class with all of the amazing comments.
Oh, I'm so honored to be answering your questions. Thank you for all those. Your class is amazing. All of these kids out there, I'm sure, are amazing. And I can't wait to see your pieces. And I promise you, I will see them if you send the photos. Carly will share them with me or tag me in them. And I would love to see your work. And I'm sure it's going to be perfect.
Absolutely. Okay, I'm just checking any more questions. Doesn't look like it. If I get any extra questions, I will send them your way. Lance, thank you so much for today. And thank you, everybody, for joining us over this whole month celebrating National Indigenous History Month and National Indigenous Peoples Day on Monday. We were so honored to host so many amazing artists, and thank you so much, Lance, for being one of them.
Absolutely, my pleasure. I'm always happy to work with you guys at Jube School. You guys are the best. And thank you to all those kids out there. And I want to encourage you all to keep imagining, keep using your creativity to express who you are. Find out, what makes you happy and do it. And I want to say to everyone out there, may the Creator watch over you as long as the sun shines, the grass grows, and the river flows. Thank you so much.